I gotta love that, man. That bot thing, like that Craig bot, is the most amazing thing for recording podcasts. Holy fuck! Spread that far and wide, man. As many people as you know that have it, because God, it just made everything easy. Fuck. Anyways, what's going on, boys? How you been?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a week, eh?
Not too bad. I've just smashed down half of my coffee and I already feel my skin tingling.
It's freaking 6:30 on a Sunday, man. You're not going to sleep, man.
I've got to start using the teaspoon to pour it in instead of just pouring it into the cup.
Are you dry shotting coffee?
It's on the TikTok trend, the bloody
dry scooping.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. It's crazy. Why? The hot water goes in the glass, in the cup. It doesn't go in your mouth afterwards.
Just some people are just mental, eh?
Oh man, absolutely.
Well, I don't know. It was silly enough just doing a mouthful of cinnamon.
That's what I keep thinking about. It's like it would literally be like that, like a mouthful of cinnamon, or like when you're eating. Everyone's done the Weet-Bix challenge, right? Some stage of their life, eat Weet-Bix and see how far you get. It'd be like that, dude. Except with really fine granules. So every time you breathe in, you just get it in your lungs.
I thought the Weet-Bix challenge was that's the only thing you eat because you haven't got money.
Yeah, dude, that was me.
Jeez, mate.
Oh, it's a challenge. Yeah, just
the challenge. Continue to live.
I'm doing 2-minute noodle challenge next as well. Yeah.
Every uni student fucking. Oh, fucking! What do you mean? Just regular food?
Yeah, just turn everything.
Wait, we're eating noodles tonight? Hell yeah!
Noodles with sauce challenge.
Oh shit! Yeah, I did a couple extra shifts this week. Now putting an egg in there.
Whoa! Don't get too fancy now, mate.
Yeah, Blakes would just start playing it off. Oh yeah, same undies for 5 years challenge.
When did all this shit start with the challenges, dude? It's like it's like I'm doing a thing. How about you guys also do a thing to make it a thing? Let's just call it a challenge.
Oh, well, I think I don't know. I think some started as like innocent, and then other things just started it because people didn't know how to create proper content or have character, so they just turn everything into like something new.
You know, we started with the Als Ice Bucket challenge. You know, great cause.
I think that was one of the big ones, right? That like pretty much put it all on the map. Like challenge was put it on the map.
Yeah. You know, pour a bucket of cold water on your head, tag your friends, forget to donate.
Yeah. What about like at the start of the pandemic? I don't know if you remember where everyone was like, "Oh, you have a spoonful of sugar or whatever it was, and then you just scull a beer and you had to do a push up or something, and you had to tag your mate out or whatever it was." It was a skull. Oh no, it was an egg. You had to have a raw egg, scull a beer, and like something dumb.
So salmonella, alcohol poisoning, and a sugar rush.
I'm like, I'm not doing that. If someone tagged me in, I'm like, I'll graciously decline.
All through the power of the internet today, you just Photoshop your face on someone else's video. Yeah, man, that was me.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you do a jib jab or something. Kind of face swap.
That's it. Spend 2 weeks doing AI learning, just so that you can face swap your face on.
Well, I think because then someone did it. It's like, oh, it's all part of like mental health, and like that's fine. But I'm like, yeah, let's have a conversation. But alcoholism is one of the major problems for depression, and people abuse that, and alcoholism causes more problems. I'm like, and then people not eating healthy and doing dumb stuff like eating raw eggs after a beer.
You know what? There is actually an explanation for it. Natural selection.
That's it. That is it. Oh my god.
We don't need them anyway.
Yeah. And also too, I think like people just don't know how to like say no to people.
No, that's it. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy with TikTok now? Like, I know. Okay, I'm a boomer. Whatever, I'll say it. Isn't it crazy now with TikTok that like you have these people that do these videos and it's like, I'm just gonna do that video. Dude, what video? Oh, the same video that everyone else has been doing with the same audio. You're just gonna do your like,
yeah.
You know the ones where it's like it plays a bit of audio and then they just like mime it with their mouth and do something a little bit funny, a little bit something, something a bit different.
That triggers my boomer reactions.
Yeah, I don't have TikTok, but I do know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, like what's you've just done the exact same thing as anyone else. Where's the originality? It's not like you've done something different. You've just done the exact same thing. You haven't changed the song. You haven't changed the dance. The only thing is you smiled and did a peace sign at the end.
You know, the Asian in me goes, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's part of the course. Come on,
efficiency. Come on.
And it just drives like, okay, like it's. I don't want to like the shit angle is just like, well, it's just people having fun. You got some problem with people having fun. But I'm like,
yes,
yeah. Don't you like fun?
But also, if it was just people having fun, you'd share it with your friends, and that's it, and you're just having fun. But it's the other. It's like what's the name? People need to have other people like it to validate, and it just then drives that even further. Because then I'm going to go down a rabbit hole.
Go on.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're always there. Just tap it home, man. Just tap it home.
It's just like the same problems that we've got society end up getting worse because it's funneled. It keeps getting funneled through. So all the most popular, it's either going to be someone wearing less clothes or like more typically prettier. And so they're going to have more likes. So the people that are chasing the likes do that. And then they've got to do something more crazy or stupid to do that to compete with it. You can't.
Yeah, the rat race in of itself.
Oh, bro, it's crazy. Like, where did we go from motivational? You guys remember demotivational posters? You remember
demotivational posters?
Yes, you had motivational posters, which was like, a picture of like some mountains, and it's like, relax. Take time to relax today is like the subtitle. And then it was demotivational posters, which are basically like pre-memes where you go, oh, I don't know, there's a fuck ton of them out there. Trying to think. A classic one would be you remember that meme of the picture of that, I think it was a deer lying on the side of the road with a get better soon.
Yeah, get well soon balloon.
To it. Yeah. It would literally just be like, get better soon, and then underneath it would say, get better soon, boy, or something underneath, like just like quick punchlines, and then now it's like it's taken all the effort out of it, and it's just like, here's a funny picture, here's like a impact font text. Done.
Well, I think it probably started off with some like anti-marketing kind of stuff as well.
Yeah.
Before, like, because it'd be always like Nike, go get it, do this, be running, and so the anti would be is like, stay at home, be lazy, like, you don't have to be.
Oh, fun fact! Do you know when Nike got their just do it from?
Where from?
Actually, back I think it was in somewhere in the 70s or the 80s when they first they either ended or they brought back the death penalty in one of the states in the US.
Get out of here! Really?
And one of the guys, they said, "Are you ready?" And he said, "Just do it."
No way.
And that's where they got it from.
And then he didn't get electrocuted because his shoes were made out of rubber, and then nerfed. And they made him run.
They made him run.
Okay, I did the Googletron. The idea behind the slogan came from a convict facing a firing squad back in 1988 when Ian was struggling to come up with a line that would go viral. This can't be right. It's 88.
No.
No way.
It was somebody on death row, and they took it from there.
No, it's Gary Gilmore's last words. Let's do it. The Just Do It campaign allowed Nike to further show. That's nuts. That's freaking nuts.
Yeah.
Wow. So my big hope is that Ingham Chicken Fingham's take off.
Yeah. And what's the product line? It's just we're still gonna we're gonna branch out instead of chicken fingers.
I don't know, man. You sit in your lane and you just call it Ingham Chicken Fingham's, and the catch line is delicious. I don't know. You got to make it an Ingham and get them.
You got to sing them.
Sing them, Ingham.
Sing them, the finger, Ingham, Chingham.
That's it.
The thing is though, there is talking about hyper positivity and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's not really. You got to it's good to be motivational. It's good to push and to be positive and stuff like that. But it's I think sometimes you got to know, like, you got to feel uncomfortable. You don't have to always be happy, and that that drives you to push to that. So you can't just say like it's you can't say, oh, it's a mindset. It's like, well, you've got to take both. If you want to be happy, sometimes you got to be sad. And so if you're going to be tired,
And here's the biggest thing. If you said to me tomorrow, dude, tomorrow you're going to win the lottery. Okay, cool. How much am I going to get? 20 million. Whatever. Give me set. I'm still going to go to work on Monday. I may not give a fuck.
Yeah.
I still got to work on Monday because
what else are you going to do with your days?
Taken care of, bro. There's only so much fun time you can have, and I feel like you gotta have that shit you hate, so that the shit that you enjoy is really, really good. Like I did when I did the content creation thing full time, whatever it was. It wasn't as fun as just the bit before where it was like I'm at work and I'm thinking about it and I'm like, oh cool, like I'm doing this not shitty job, but I'm doing this job that I'm not getting much out of mentally. And then you sort of you focus all that energy. So then when you get home and you get the chance to do it, it's just full steam ahead, execute. Like, I don't know, man, that might just be a creative field, but like, oh, man, I just don't know. I feel like I'm the type of person that like, you got to be doing something. You have to be doing something. I guess that's why, like, in the time that you'll know quite, in the time that like, I'm like, hey, I think I might come back to streaming. I made like 10 different overlays.
I remember them.
I'm in the middle of doing one now. It's like, really? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's
bro, I remember you saying that for years. Yeah, I'm coming back. Yeah, I've got this cool thing, and I'd be like, yeah, bro, I'm hyping you up. And then we'd forget about it. And then you'd come back to shoot, like, hell yeah, man, I'll hype you up. And then we'd forget about it. And then what was like the fourth time now, and you finally went on it. I was like, holy shit, he's actually live.
Oh shit.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, exactly. I guess idle hands too, right?
It's like John Farnham. It's to come back to it.
Come back to it. See, old Johnny, he's a legend. He knows exactly what he's doing. He didn't get everyone the first time round. You don't just release one album. Like you look at you don't just do one last tour. Sometimes if you're a band and you're touring, you add some extra stops to your city. You do it a couple extra times and see who latches on. Crazy, fucking crazy, man. Oh, dude. Anyways, we're doing a thing. I want to ask you gentlemen one thing.
Yes.
If you could name something, a podcast about something, what would you call it? You could call it anything. You could call it, I don't know, dog fart.
Sure.
It could be, oh shit! I just named
Rob Schneider's Dungeon.
Did you just say something that was like in your room? Did your dog just actually fart? And you're just like, dog fart, lampshade.
Yeah.
Computer monitor.
Yeah, that's it. A dragon. No, what?
Oh my gosh, Dibbs, you're so creative.
Oh my god, it's
where do you even get up with those ideas?
What would you guys call something?
Let me look. Hold up, just let me open up your Google Drive folder.
Here we go.
4 pages of
so it'll be Big Rusty Blondes number 7, featuring I don't know the name of the actors, definitely not. Don't know any of these actors. Totally haven't seen them before. But yeah, Big Busty Blondes number 4.
Oh,
came out in 1997. I'll call it that. I got it on VHS. I mean, it's coming out in a podcast.
It's hard things naming stuff because it's like, what do you want? What is it going to age well?
It never ages well.
Nothing ever ages well.
And that's the thing, you got to own it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't think anyone's ever chosen something at the start and it's been perfect.
But, I only know one, and that's the official podcast. And that's because it was just they made the name stupid and it caught on real well.
Yeah. Like,
how do you compete with that? That's the other thing.
The thing is, you don't really have to let it compete, right?
Oh no!
Like if it stands on its own and it doesn't really have a name that's really tied into anything, it can be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah,
I
think it's sometimes if you want to be specific, that's good. I think nowadays you want to keep things short, like especially with branding and stuff. People are got short attention spans. They're not going to really remember how things are spelled differently. So a lot of times, like I've got an artist, like an art group. We do like music festivals and stuff like that. Do that, and like I spelled it with like hive mind with Y's in it, and I'm like,
oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Because it searches well too, right?
Well, I think once you see it, it can. But if people try to remember it, they're going to put I's. There's ways around it because then you just put enough on the internet.
You put it out enough there,
it draws into it anyway. So
I mean, you literally, like I said, you can call it anything. There's a podcast called Come Town.
Yeah,
it's like a pretty cool podcast.
Are you sure it's a podcast? I mean, Big Busty Blondes. That's definitely not a podcast.
There's one called Welcome to the Cum Zone. I mean, shit. There's a lot. There's a lot.
That's a cool one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And I think it's easier to have something generic where people just talk about the interests, and then if it tends to be with certain stuff, then you just tag the tags into it, and then if it grows into that natural pathway, then you can then tailor it to be more in a specific area, like gaming or whatever.
Absolutely. I mean, look, we all play games here. We all do whatever it is, but
yeah.
And I'll think as well that, like, if that shit, if you're doing a podcast and that shit didn't bleed into the general conversation, or at least references, or whatever, or this is what I've been doing, this is what I'm thinking about it, you'd kind of be like, is that really them, or is what they're talking about anything but that? Are they trying to get away from that? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so, if you just literally call it, I don't know, whatever, right? Anything, right? And you have a podcast, and
calling it whatever.
We're cool. Whatever. Put that on the list.
Fuck it.
It can grow. It can grow into, like you said, Jez. It can go into anything, man. Absolutely anything. You literally could pick out two names. You could pick out one name. Whatever it is. I mean, I think we had a conversation a while ago, Jez. You can literally call it like channel whatever, or station number, whatever. And then sort of like, it's that generic. It could be that generic that, like, you just do enough of it and you get enough of little things happening around it that, if it is a thing, it's a thing. If it's not a thing, who cares? Like,
exactly. Yeah.
I do like the idea of just thinking about concepts and stuff, and taking those angles then.
And drilling down into them.
Yeah, because I think it's better to think of a concept than thinking of a name and then going, oh, well, this is us, and then you kind of go, does it tie back to this, tie back to that? You're then very anchored from that.
Correct.
Where if you think of a concept that's kind of open ended, you're going back and forth. You're going, okay, how do we develop the concept more? Or then on the other side, it's like, well, how did the concept thinking into brand, and then how do we develop that side? It's more of a central point.
Yeah.
Where if you focus on a name and set it, it's like,
you lock yourself in. It's almost like you basically put a lid on everything before it becomes anything.
Yeah.
I think like at its core, I always wanted to have. I mean, and here's the thing, like, a lot of the podcasts that I sort of vibe well with are just podcasts that I can just put on. That's just people talking funny things or interesting things or whatever it is. Some of it I don't agree with or whatever it is, but it's just on. Like, I was doing the mowing today and I was just listening to Richard Lewis has a podcast called I Hate It Here. He goes through literally the worst things in the world, but he's been doing it for years. He used to have another one called Trash Talk, and he would literally talk shit on everyone in the esports industry. He locked it all in with the name, right?
Yeah.
If you just do it like whatever, open-ended, it doesn't have to just be three of us. Every now and then we can just bring someone else in, and then that way it's just like, and we don't even have to do an introduction. You can literally just be like, cool, hit the record button, bang, done. Hey, yep. Pick it up where we.
You don't want to be like, I don't know, the Uvu Java podcast. Come on, bro.
Why not?
I went to Uvu Java. There we go. He may not have been to Uvu Java, but we have.
Is that an island of Indonesia? Or the Philippines? Uvu Java.
Why hasn't someone started a show called Uwu Drama?
Oh, because no one wants to watch that.
What are you talking about?
I'll wear a maid suit and cat ears. Let's do it.
Wait a second, we got to do that.
Put on the maid dress, Jez.
What are you talking about? It's always on. What are you talking about? I've got it under my clothes. It's like a superhero outfit.
Oh, hot.
I've got one in every colour.
You can one for each festive season.
If I already sent that Halloween Steam sale image through in there. I can't be going more uwu drama. That gave me an uwu drama.
How the hell did you get recommended?
I don't know, man. I don't even think I bought the game.
One of those naughty games.
Yeah,
no, you have. It's okay, bro. It's fine. It's fine. Dude. It's fine. The first expansion pack's pretty good, apparently.
Yeah, this hentai drawing jigsaw game.
Yeah, hold on. What was it called again? You didn't jump on your mad deal for what was it called? Hentai Jigsaw Photo Studio Fruit Girls.
Oh shit!
Damn.
So I don't know where the jigsaw comes into it, but I know it's
how much was it, bro? It was like $2.50.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a steal.
That's what I mean. Like that GIF went.
You launch the game once, it gives you a whole bunch of Steam achievements. Close it down.
I don't want to know what the borders in that you can unlock further. What's the Steam stickers you can unlock?
Or you're gonna get the background and put it on your Steam background.
There you go. If you're ever looking for content,
get some random naked chick on the back of your Steam background.
Is there like, I don't know. That seems like a weird thing. Maybe you could create a dibs. Like, what are the strangest things you can get on the Steam sticker store? Like, what is the most rudest ones you can get? Top 5 rudest Steam stickers.
Are we doing top 10 lists, are we?
Yeah.
You're doing tier lists.
Top 10 IRL. Top 10 things to order at
the dark underground of the Steam store.
Number 15. Naked hentai lady. The last thing you want on your Steam webpage is a naked hentai lady. That may be just what you get.
Welcome to Mojo.
Welcome back to TimeMojo.com.
Oh man!
So we've got? That's what we're going to do. A top 10 list of the podcast names.
We're doing top 10 list of podcast names. All right. That sounds good. I'm down for that. What is the like when you think of something like that's like a bunch of people just hanging out in a room? What is it? It's just a hang, right?
Hey,
like how many times have we all played games? And I mean, how many times? Fucking at least 4 times last week, Jez. It's MEU, dude. CFME. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
The union, whatever it is, the construction company.
I get construction union workers. If it's literally just a hang, I mean, shit. How many times have we all just sat back after we played games? And how many times have we played after we played CS or done something and just gone, oh fuck, all right, we'll just sit here and just chat, and then like you sit there for twice as fucking long as you did just doing the thing, and you're like, well, what is this? What's going on right now?
Just put some names out there, right?
Oh, mate, some of these names are top. Can I read them out?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So Jez recommended Underdeveloped Podcast. He also recommended. He also recommended.
You got your glasses on?
Recommended. Oh yeah, no.
Put your glasses on, old man.
Not Jez, fucker. Quiet USSR propaganda on repeat. Wait, what's that radio station that keeps putting that signal? It's been doing it for the past like 30 fucking years, 40 years.
I have no idea. What do you mean?
Oh, there is this radio wave, this radio channel that is broadcasting like a post-Cold War era broadcast, and it's been doing it on repeat for decades.
I don't know, but it sounds frightening.
Cold War. I'll look it up. You guys just
yeah, look it up. Yeah.
What I should have a logo for a thingy. What was that? What was my CS:GO name at one stage? Seat Sniffer.
Seats. Oh, dude! Don't even get me started on my Steam names. I'm gonna have Dank Bonk Ripper 47. I had for a while.
Gaddy bloody screenshotted it before I could delete it.
Oh,
sometimes you're drunk and you're adding something and you want to be silly.
I do remember this actually because Gaddy came and told me and dibs.
Yeah, I know. He's a bloody snitch.
Gaddy's 69. Little Eshe Gaddy.
Some shit what's all called Eshe. It would be short for Esports Australia something.
Eshe Sports. We get a whole bunch of Eshes, we put them on an island, and we have them compete in everything but soccer. So they'll lose. Because I don't know that any Eshes play anything but soccer.
Why don't we look? I think if we're going to talk about games, because that's kind of what we kind of do know about.
Oh, Spice,
UV.
isn't it?
Sorry, gentlemen, just sorry to
Yep.
interject. It's called UVB-76. Radio signal occupies.
UVB
Yeah,
76.
UVB-76 occupies 4,625 kilohertz. It's a
Wow,
occupies
that's
a
very
signal.
high.
Has been repeatedly on broadcast since the late 1970s.
Right.
Instead of
This
shutting
is not
down
like
the
some-
flow of communism in Russia, UV-76 became even more active since the millennium. Voice messages have become more and more frequent.
This is not like some
Wow.
MK Ultra stuff where if I listen to it, I'm bloody sleeper cell.
Get some
I don't know, let's try it
binaural
out.
beats.
I'll end up singing some Russian big band. That's
That's it.
actually I got in there for a while. That so what is it's called? I don't have Red Flag. I was listening to Kalinka.
Oh yeah, one of the guys at work listens to that.
Kalinka, Kalinka.
That's a very interesting little bit there. Jeez. Call signs.
UVB-76.
It changed
Putting
call
it out
signs
there.
throughout the years as well.
What's up?
It changes call signs apparently.
Does it?
Yeah, so it's called UZB-76 at the beginning until 2010.
Mhm.
And then it changed to MDZHB, which is different in Russian, till 2015. It changed again in 2019, and now it is NZHTI as of December 30th, 2020.
There you go.
This is not one of these things where we joke about it now and then it comes out it was some tragic story.
Ooh, it's
I'm
a
laughing
very-
because I'm nervous, dude.
Yeah, it's like some bloke was in the war and he got forgotten about. He's just been in a bunker for the last 50 years.
It's not
just-
lost, bro. Stuck in the bunker for 25 years.
Dude, have you heard it? Oh, it's painful.
Yeah, it is. 'Cause it's really high, right?
It's just straight up buzzing.
Yep.
And so what we're going to do for everyone listening, we're going to play this on repeat for the next 10 hours.
Yeah, that's it.
Welcome to the
And we'll
podcast. This is UVB-76
Yeah.
on repeat. Russian USSR propaganda on repeat. Just the UVB-76.
Look, honestly, that would be some really good iconography and branding around something. Is literally like Russian propaganda. You know, like that style. You know how they do that style, that red,
Yep,
yellow, the
Red,
blacks,
black,
and it's
yellow,
very bold
brown.
and it's very like
Earthy.
stylized. I'm
Yeah,
not saying that was good. I'm just saying like the
Definitely
style,
not.
the style of it. The style of it would be very interesting to do to try
Well,
and
that's
pull off.
the company that like there's a BMX company called We the People, and they had the red, silver, gold there for a bit when
really?
they first come out. Looked really smick.
Yeah.
Well, but even like that street artist Shepard Fairey does what's that? Yeah, I forgot. What's he do? He does the pasties and stuff.
Ferry does. He does the
Obey, that's it.
yeah.
Yeah, so when he did like that color scale, he does the propaganda art.
Well, I
That's
mean,
probably where it's
I
coming from.
think we all here know have seen that Obey
Mm.
brand. I guess now that it's out as clothing, but we all know. I don't know if we all know, but
We got
whatever.
the Obama, the Hope poster. And
He
stuff
did the
like
Hope poster, yeah, for Obama. But that Obey thing is literally Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
And I think his whole idea behind that was basically you put an image out there enough that it loses all meaning, essentially.
Oh.
And it really
Yeah.
does. When you look at it, you look at the Obey face, like, oh, okay. But then when you know that it's Andre the Giant, you look at it differently. And you're like, oh, fucking hell, really?
Hey.
That's Andre
Yeah.
the Giant? Like, holy shit.
There's a big insurgence of that art style and street art and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
would
come
be
back?
would be interesting if interesting if it comes out if Banksy is the lead singer of that band.
Andre Giant has a posse?
No.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Anyways,
Which band? Which band?
it's a famous band.
What, Gorillas?
No.
Can I say?
All right, I'm googling it.
Okay.
Here we go. We're on a
Oh,
mission now.
Shepard Fairey also did the original Mozilla logo. If you don't remember, it was a red T-Rex head.
Oh.
Way back when. Fuck. Okay.
Jeez.
There you go.
Massive Attack. It's a band.
Really? That's a cool name.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
what I was thinking of, what if going back to names and stuff?
Hmm.
I'm not actually. This is not a serious name. I just thought it'd be funny, and it's kind of gone out of my brain now that I don't think it's funny anymore. But we'll call it Gaming Chairs is Trash, but I really need one.
And the whole point of spinning up a podcast would be just to get a gaming chair.
So now I'm saying it back in my head. I'm like, that doesn't really make sense. It's not funny. But I was like, well, how do I tie in something that people like all relate to? Because everyone wants a gaming chair, but they know their shit. But some people like them. Right?
Oh man. That's kind of like that thing that like every time it lands, it gets like the edge gets taken off it a little bit every time.
Well, there goes a potential sponsor. So fuck.
Well,
welcome to I want a brand new fucking wireless fucking mouse.
Hey, I'm open to changing my mind. Podcast.
Hey guys, we're going to change to. I've been trying to buy a house in this market, but the boomers have ruined it for us.
Yeah, we're gonna change it to
a house in this economy.
In this economy.
In this economy, that'd actually be all right.
And it wouldn't be literally about anything, but
what are these people who complain about though? Because like in this economy or whatever, I'm like, man, I've owned a house since I was like 12 on Hobo Hotel.
It's not even Hobo Hotel.
Bro, I already paid off all my debts in Animal Crossing. I don't know what you're talking about. I got a 3-story house. I got a basement.
What?
Oh, God.
What was? Did anyone play that? I don't know if it was really big popular, but that like virtual world. You could actually like people that lived in and they had a separate personality and stuff like that. This is before
New World. Not New World.
Yeah, it's something like that, but it's like that.
Second Life.
Second Life. That's
Second
it.
Life.
Yes.
Because I wonder if they're bringing out another one of that. I tried to get into it. I'm like, this is fucking weird. Oh, but that's not. No offense to people that played it, but it was a little bit weird to get into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really got to suspend
a lot
your
of reality.
disbelief. Yeah.
I'm like, this is potential. I'm like, there's like a DJ room going there, but there was no one there.
Not even the DJ.
I'm like, this is too real. I've got no friends.
Yeah, it is my second life. Nothing changed.
It's like my first life. Bloody hell. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, you could go in and you could like, there'd just be like a warehouse, and then you click on a random square, and then you could try on the outfit and stuff like that. But it wasn't like, it's like, I don't know if they needed more development or whatever, but it was still. You think that if you like, it wasn't so much like GTA where it was like a set out like, oh, we're in a clothes shop. It was just in a random warehouse, and you clicked this white square on the wall, and it had different like clothing and stuff like that.
That's strange.
It's probably changed. It's probably changed since I last played it, but
yeah,
it probably has. I think they did actually change it. They redid the game, bro.
Yeah,
they redid the game. It's called fucking Star Citizen.
Has it come out yet?
Yeah.
I think the release date's 2030.
But okay. Why is GTA roleplay so like big, and then this stuff? It's
Dude,
not.
I don't know. My head cannot wrap around the GTA role. Look, okay, in some aspects, yes, awesome. Like I've seen some dudes do role play, and you're like, this is actually really fucking entertaining.
Yeah.
Really entertaining. But
see, I'm a big fan of finding entertainment through playing the game.
Correct. You're bang on, fellow boomer.
I'm like 22.
Bang on, fellow boomer.
Yeah.
Look, dude, man. Look, dude. You're in the 20s now.
You must have been a real late swimmer, hanging around in the depths. Somehow you survived in there.
I swam around for an extra couple of years, huh?
Yeah. So you may have been born later, but you came from the boomer generation.
I can't breathe. Oh, dude.
Your dad didn't go to the snow or anything. Maybe you're like frozen in there, like a caveman in the Antarctic. They thawed out.
They thawed out like last year.
When you swam out.
Oh, God. I just had this picture of like all these swimmers lined up, and they're just like, yeah, 4 deployments from now.
Well, they're all rushing out.
And then your swimmer's just like taking one step back, going back through the deployment.
I know my time. I'm waiting for the perfect moment. It's just like what's the name? Black Friday sales or whatever. Everyone rushes in. You just casually wait and you'll find the right thing.
That's it. Or what you do is you wait for everyone. You wait for the first wave of people to go in and just murk each other, and then you're the guy that walks over and goes, "Yeah, I'll take that." Just as they're lying on the ground with one hand in the air as a bloody pulp, just walk in. Yeah, I'll take that. Thanks, mate.
You just wear high vis and just say, "Look, actually, this one's on Layboy security store." Oh, okay.
Dude, that's the shit.
That one actually, look, I work in the warehouse. I'm at the back. Someone actually dropped that, so you don't want that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to recall all these.
Yeah, we've had heaps of returns. You definitely don't want that.
Oh, talking about warehousey shit. Christmas stuff is out already.
Oh yeah, I saw
Don't
hams.
even.
It is.
Christmas.
But I'm telling you, I'm fucking telling you. We just bought a house. We bought a house in January, and like, if you haven't got a tree, get it now.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit! We literally, I was walking through, going, "Oh, there is shit on the shelves. I can grab this tree, grab these things. Good go."
I just had a picture of you, Dibbs, when the kids press the doorbell, trick or treat, cutting it like potato salad and some Christmas ham for them. Here you go. Enjoy.
Grab that, throw him a bonbon, and then fucking try and yank it.
You want a dinner roll?
And like, I honestly think Halloween, man, Halloween in Australia, it's a weird concept. But goddamn, man, like, we went to the shops today, and there were just all these kids running around. There's like I saw 2 kids dressed up as Where's Wally? They were like running around and shit, and the kids all getting all dressed up and shit. And they're out there having a fat fucking time. Like, when I was younger, it was always like, "Oh, that's an American holiday. It's American holiday." Yeah, but you know what? If it allows people to go around their own neighborhood, knock on doors, say hello.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not that far against. You know.
Yeah.
Like, we had it today. You know, like and
I'm sure people don't say, "Oh, it's American holiday" when you get bloody Christmas leave. Yeah.
It's true.
For a public holiday, I'm
true.
going to work. I don't make you pay.
I'll go to work. Hell yeah!
Easter. I'm not even religious. I'm going to work. Stuff Easter.
Yeah.
I don't want the extra pay rates.
Absolutely, man.
It's crazy, but I don't know. You can't change the name of it to say kids dress up and have sugar day.
I mean, you could. You could call it Remembrance Day or something along those lines, right? Or something like that. I mean, we already have a Remembrance Day, but like, you know.
I thought you were going dark with that joke. I'm like, oh.
No. I'm not going anywhere near that.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere near that. It you know, like, but it's neat to have, like, you know, little kids that are running around, and they basically, you know, they're knocking on doors. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, man, here's some candy and shit, whatever it is. Like, we had a bunch of kids that showed up before, and instead of popping out from the hallway, because you can open the door and you see up the hallway, popped out of the side where the garage was, and they were like, fucking scared them and shit. Like, you know, I think next year I'm going to come up with more creative ways, maybe like open up the side gate, run all the way around the house, and chase after them with a fucking.
Well, people are known now. Like, if you live in an area where if you don't want to celebrate it, they go, "Oh, well, you haven't got anything at the front to say come and knock on the door." So people are aware of it now, and they're not knocking on every door.
I drove out my street this morning and then up the next street, and I think I saw one single decoration, which was somebody threw, like, you know, that fake spider web, except it was bright pink and it was half strewn across a bush.
You sure it wasn't a rental that had been looked after?
I live in a dodgy neighborhood, so it's not looked after, and it's certainly a rental.
Yeah. Oh, look, they let the grass grow for a year.
It's all about the pregame.
Yeah. They didn't let the grass grow; they just didn't give a shit.
Yeah. They're trying to make the house look haunted.
It always has been.
Yeah, but with ordering Christmas and stuff like that, I was thinking about ordering everything now, because I just ordered something and it was slow to go out, and then it sat in the depot in my area for 2 weeks, not leaving it. I'm like, what are they? Can I go pick it up? What's going on here? So, like, it's going to be crazy at Christmas. So you better off order everything now, because if you want anything in December, you're not getting it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's bad enough as it is, but they're that far behind.
Even last year, we did like a Secret Santa, and we just went through Amazon and ordered 2 people's houses, and it didn't show up until like January.
Fuck, dude.
I just ordered someone a mouse pad. It was a Sailor Moon mouse pad, because I got her for Secret Santa, and she's like, "Oh yeah, put up a website so you could like ask for things you wanted, and you know, it was $20, something like that."
2.
And she put one of those, and I was like, "Here you go." I can slap that on there. She loved it, and I was like, "Sick."
Great. Yeah,
but it didn't show up till January.
Actually, you got the link, bro. You got the link. I'm thinking about mixing my setup up.
Yeah, I was going to actually go back and watch Sailor Moon.
I don't really watch. I don't think I've ever watched any animes outside of like Attack on Titan.
Bro, when I did that stint in Melbourne, I watched Dragon Ball Z for the first time when I was like older than 22, 23.
Not ever wake up in the morning and Cheese TV was on.
Dude, I always saw it on TV with Cheese TV. Like because when I used to wake up really, really early, and before Cheese TV in the morning, where like your morning cartoons and shit.
You used to go to the park and do some Tai Chi.
Well, you'd have aerobics all style before that, right?
Oh, yeah. That's if you're lucky to wake up that early. I used to sleep in, but when I did, it was good. I mean,
but dude, before aerobics Oz style, they used to have fucking Guyver on TV. If you know anything about Guyver, Guyver is a hyper violent, hyper bloody. Like you'll have dudes that'll fight and they'll slash them with a sword, and then they'll split in half, and blood will sprout for like a minute or 2 minutes.
Yeah,
just not even like a little blood, like a full-on geyser of blood that pops out for like 30 seconds or a minute, and they're just like, well, they're sitting there just doing their monologue, and I'll just wake up and go, what the fuck is this shit? This is amazing. So from that point forward, it was like a really high bar in regards to like gore and stuff that was an anime. So then everyone's like, oh, Dragon Ball Z, and I caught a little bit of it and was like, you come across a lot of references as you get older, and people say this and that, but it wasn't until it was like, oh, I've got to check this Dragon Ball Z thing out. I got a lot of time on my hands. And yeah, it was good. It was good. I'll probably recommend that. That might be a good spot. So if you haven't.
The thing is, you can miss a couple of episodes and it'll be still in the same spot. Nothing to change.
Nothing happens in between. Yeah, and they say they fight for 26 minutes straight. That's just the first episode of fighting.
That's right.
Now, Meg, the missus, will put me onto a whole bunch. She's got a whole bunch. She's super into anime. So
yeah, there was a website which has now been either changed or deleted due to copyright law. I used to watch some stuff on there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and it was just like A to Z of anime, and I just go through, like, click on each one. I'm like, oh, I'll watch this. If it's shit, I won't watch it. And then, so it's hard, like, when people are like, oh, what's your favorite? I'm like, I can't remember the names of them. I've just watched them. There's a couple other, like, little weird ones. Like, I wouldn't remember.
Hunter x Hunter is a good one.
Yeah.
From what I remember, from a very short stint watching that.
Yeah, apparently she wants me to watch Assassination Classroom as well, which is apparently interesting. I think it was like where she explained it was there's a teacher for a class and he's immortal and he's trying to teach them how to kill him.
Oh.
But because he's immortal, he can't be killed. So he's like trying to teach them how to kill it. I can't remember. It sounded really interesting. She's a lot better explaining it, seeing she actually watches.
And he seems quirky. He does like other little funny things and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's the classic good old. It's like making the perfect ramen. He's like, you add the egg and the noodles and the beef and a gun, and he just slams a gun in the middle of the bowl.
But they're like, I don't know. It's a weird thing because he's like kind of training them to be assassins, and then I was like, we'll have a little stuff going on there. But,
yeah, I was told I'm not very huge on anime. I'm a very much I watch a lot more YouTube than anything.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude.
I've recently been absolutely absorbed by Ben Eater and him making an entire computer on a breadboard.
Who's that? ETA? ITA?
Eater. E-A-T-E-R.
Why has he got a fetish for eating Bens?
Oh, you know.
Oh, you know what? Some people do some weird stuff, bro. But
is it like Ben and Jerry's, or is it Ben's like
like Ben?
The rice?
He's eating Ben. Oof.
Benjamin.
What's that? Is it Ben? What's that?
Ben really is he's a full course meal there, man.
Dude, he's like, oh my god.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah, hey, I watched like pretty much it's insane how he goes through every single little bit about how the processor works and about putting the wiring and showing you how the computer quite literally uses binary to put it all together. It's super interesting.
God damn.
This is kind of like in the same lane, but this was also random. It was funny, like going back to Twitch and watching, like when it was just in TV. I would, like plenty of times I'd just like look at random stuff, and I end up finding this bloke that was like a programmer, and then he like worked for a small studio, and he would just do that. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I started asking random questions, and it's been funny that he still streams and stuff. He's worked on he's big games, but a couple of big indie games and stuff like that. But it's a random. I just go in there, but a lot of time I just try and make him laugh and say something dumb when I'm drunk. But
nah, dude. Remember Justin.tv? Remember that shit?
Too little.
Bruh, no, so good. I wanted to watch fucking NHL. It was there.
Were you saying too little, like as your age?
Yeah, I'm a child.
Ah, okay, right. Justin.tv basically was Twitch.
I know it was Twitch before Twitch was, but I never got to see the Justin TV
Bro,
phase.
it was so good. It was so fucking like rock and roll. How people would just put shit together. And then, obviously, the people who had some sort of presentation about themselves were the guys that, that just rose to the top and, whatever. But it was such a wild west. You'd like turn on and some dude would be streaming TV. So you'd be like, oh, dude, what's happening in Latin America? And they'd just be streaming Latin American TV on there. And you're like, all right, no problem. I'll look
Well, that's I think also too. I think like the old wild west of YouTube used to be good, like where you just get some random rabbit holes, and now some like psychology like profile tells you what you to think and what you like. Instead, it's not what you want. Sometimes you do want something totally different, and something new. Where that used to be good on Justin TV, because if you click on it, you just click on that and be like, what the hell is this random TV show? I've never watched this before. Or, even though they probably shouldn't have been streaming it on there, but
oh, I don't know, man. Thank you for your service. Fucking channels that got taken down. There's some hours of
the
entertainment.
thing
back
is,
then.
like, yeah, like you could be TV. Like, it's a weird thing because if you watch something you like it, you'll go and buy the DVD or whatever. Like,
100%, brother. 100.
So it wasn't necessarily stopping someone, because otherwise there'd be shows that you'd never watch that come across there. But
or even shows that we would never even get here ever.
Yeah,
ever. Like, I don't know, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, it wasn't until like what, 4th season that like a Foxtel got it here in Australia and was showing it like same day or whatever it was. And then, like you can't have a show like that or something like that that's so big in the zeitgeist of everything of what's happening right now. And then, people just don't get curious and acquire it via other means, man. Like, dude, seriously. It's the new world, man.
I'm sure there's ways to go and do that now. I'm sure there's other. The problem is big companies like these, like YouTube and other like Twitch and stuff. They become too big. They've commercialized and they've sanitized everything. Where they try to keep it free flowing and.
Well, that's the thing is when you get so big and you become so big, you can't appease the minority when there's a majority stakeholders and money, and when you got to keep expanding and keep making more, and then you get more offers, and if you don't say yes to the offers, then you shoot yourself in the foot, and that's why companies that get big, you just have to buckle.
Well, it's also that it comes to you got when you're running the model of advertisement, you do have to keep things in boxes, otherwise.
Exactly.
Blocks of revenue could disappear and dry up overnight, right?
Yeah.
The good old adpocalypse happens.
Bro, what? I understand. We can, we're now fed 2 videos before a fucking YouTube video now.
Yep.
When's that going to stop? Or, I'm not saying when's it going to stop. Sorry. But the balance for it to be 3 videos is so fucking close, man. That could be any fucking day. They'd go, oh, we're down to ad. Just feed to another ad. Fucking, really? Like,
yeah.
It's gonna, what it's gonna end up being? It's gonna end up being fucking live to air TV with 6 fucking with 6 bloody ads before you watch a video.
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna. I think that's the end goal, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't know, man. Boomer, old man Boomer, and stuff that's talking, but holy shit! Remember when the internet was just nerds? It wasn't like mass. It wasn't the masses that were like, oh, we use the internet for this and that and blah blah blah. Now I get it. Businesses use it, whatever it is. But the culture behind it was very much just like if you're in the know, and something pops up or someone wears a funny quirky t-shirt with a print on there from a video game or something, whatever, you kind of see them in public and you're like, I know what's going on. Like,
the
other week I went to IKEA and some dude was wearing a Black Mesa shirt and I'm like, nice. And he's like, yeah, bro, what's up? I'm like,
well, when it was young, it was just like it was just free. It was like kids just running around in the streets, and then there was just old dudes following the kids in vans.
Wait, maybe in your area.
The good old days. The good old days.
There's innocence and then the creeps. So you have to be careful when you're having fun. But
when you were told to go play on the street, that's what you do.
Yeah. That's it. I'm not gonna say I partook, but man, fucking free candy's free candy. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure you kick and punch your way out.
Yeah. But like just finding a random blog and stuff like that. Well, like there's still a couple now follow. One was closed down because it cost money. Whether or not they could have done it, they should have. I don't know why. Maybe because of copyright issue that they repost stuff, so they couldn't run ads. But what is it? Yeah, it was just they always just uploaded random images and stuff. It was always cool just to find. Now, like with the Instagram thing, it's like
It's all there, right? It's there.
it's all the
yeah.
same thing. I'm sure you can find it, but it's the same thing. People just copy over one. It's just either a person with a filter or like someone artist pictured in the same way to market that way. But before, when it blogs and stuff, there was true like just you'd find anything.
But you'd go to the blog, and you would get a slice of what the person's blog, what they found was cool, what they found was interesting, all of that sort of stuff. And it would give you a little bit more of an insight into what they liked and all that sort of thing. Whereas now it's like, well, I want to do what I like. Well, what you do and what you like, what you're doing and what you like isn't going to propel you forward. So fuck that. I'll just do what everyone else is doing because that seems to be working. Yeah, everyone follows that formula. Do you guys remember Tosh 2.0? Sorry, Tosh 0.0. Basically, he was like a compilation YouTube channel show, fucking whatever it was. We'd just watch funny clips, and we'd just be like, here's a funny clip, here's a funny clip, here's a funny clip. It's just an aggregate for funny shit. So if something funny happened and you saw it somewhere else, if you were switched on, you were in Dig or you were on or fucking whatever the other website was, not Reddit. This is pre-Reddit. It would show up on Tosh, and you'd be like, "Oh, this is great." Bit of a flavor. The host was okay, all that sort of stuff. You never see that sort of curation side of stuff ever again. Not in such mad volume, essentially. I mean, Stephen Colbert was the last of the dudes that are doing that. But then, even then, there's that crazy controversy, whatever. That basically, if you have anything with Stephen Colbert on your YouTube channel, they can rip your channel down.
Sure.
Which is dumb because half of his, or 3/4, almost all of his content is him watching other people's videos.
Yeah.
Like, what? What is this, man? It's come full circle, man.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Anyways, I'm reacting this week. I'm reacting all Stephen Colbert. See how we go.
Yeah.
Did anyone have there was a Google Chrome add-on, and it we used to just click a button and it'd send you to a random web page. And you could, I forget what it's called.
Take me to another useless webpage.com, something like that.
It wasn't that one, but it was something similar to that. I don't know if that was the first one and they did it, but you could select different things like for photography or whatever, and it would just give you some random page. I don't know if it ran off like a Google search engine and just picked out a random result, but now there was a lane for a couple of years where all these like random things. There was like a jukebox. This is before like the height of Spotify and stuff. You used to be able to click like your mood, and then it like play music.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's like proto Spotify playlists essentially.
Yeah.
Study beats or whatever it was, or like chill or like
yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you put like study or happy, it'd just do that and better be like random. I don't know. It was not like mainstream music. I forget what it's called now. I haven't used it. And I don't know if that's like either there was a time in the internet or I'm just getting older and I have no use for it now.
I think it was called Mood Music. Habu was the Android app. And there was Stereo Mood was the other one.
Yeah, that's it.
Stereo Mood, basically you could like, oh wow, okay. Sorry, I just clicked on it and it's literally just taking to a fucking a squatter site, basically, an Italian squatter site.
Yeah.
It sucks. Oh wait, no. I think they've rolled it down into an app.
There's another Australian website, I forget what it's called. But used to be able to get I used to get all my random remixes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They post up
Or like Ministry of Sound type stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Change the subject because
UKG dubstep.
My brain's turned off.
Well, actually, one thing I want to have a quick chat. Have you guys heard about the Rust Alec Baldwin situation? How it's developing?
Oh, dude. So this isn't the Rust movie, right?
It is the Rust movie.
Like, it's the movie based on the game Rust.
I don't know. No, it's just a Westerner.
Oh, okay.
Called Rust.
Because I was like, holy fucking shit.
No, otherwise it'd be a very accurate situation for the movie Rust.
Exactly.
Or you shoot your teammates.
No wonder they complained about safety because the guns are made from scrap.
Found out. Like I've been doing a bit of research because I studied film, so I know a lot. I know a lot of the behind the scenes with stuff like this.
You studied film, eh?
I did study film.
Name everyone.
Interstellar.
Oh, fuck.
The Lighthouse.
Fuck.
Avengers 5.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't watch those movies.
Is that the same as Jurassic 5?
Yeah, it's the same movie, just different.
Yeah, Charlie Tuna's in there, dude.
And Home Alone 5, same thing.
Oh god, don't get me started.
Well,
That's the
found
segue.
out that Alec Baldwin's situation goes a lot deeper than just
Really? Go on.
somebody. Well, so on a movie set, and this is
Have you heard of DMT?
hell yeah.
No, that's anyway. I was thinking of going deeper.
I was going to say, when you're on set, generally in Australia at least, where we're at, you'll have an armorer, you'll have some unit production managers, or a unit production manager. You'll have people that work for the armorer. You'll have stagehands, and everybody else. How you going?
Right.
So the scene was they're in a church and they were pointing the gun at the camera to shoot for a shot. Right. Unfortunately, the shot ended up with a shot. But what happened was Alec Baldwin was handed a cold gun, which is supposed to be no live ammunition. It just comes with a blank, and it's not supposed to actually be able to propel ammunition. If you did, you'd probably blow up the gun, right?
Right.
So with a cold gun, that's what you use for things that you're pretending to do shooting with. It looks like there's a muzzle flash. You don't see any projectile come out. If you really slow down the footage with a high-speed camera, there's nothing that comes out. You just hit the muzzle flash. Looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out when he was handed the gun, he was told it was a cold gun, and it looked right. They've done plenty of practice before, and turns out it was loaded with ammunition.
Okay.
It wasn't actually a cold gun. It was an actual gun, and he shot, and obviously he's shooting at the camera.
Oh, no.
Director of cinematography is right there.
No.
It hits her. She gets killed, and it hits the director behind them.
Fuck.
Not a very fun situation. Nobody was having fun there.
No, fuck no, dude.
Yeah, not fun. Turns out they've also had a history of bad discharges on set, so it's not the first time they've had this sort of incident.
On that.
Nobody's been hurt before.
So the company who provided the arms has had a history.
The set, Rust Production has had a history.
So I'm assuming there's some sort of safety standard.
There is. So when you have weaponry on a set, you'll have an armorer or an armory division, which are people who are hired by production staff in order to make weapons safe and to make sure that, if you're doing weapon stuff, the weapons are fired correctly. If you've got swords and whatnot, people aren't going to stab themselves or hurt themselves.
Right.
But when it comes to productions, money's everything, right? So to save money, you'll buy someone that's cheaper. You can do it for cheaper, right?
Oh my god. That's a nightmare situation, bro.
So you go from, oh no, Alec Baldwin, it looks bad. And you go, wait a minute, there's an armor. Oh, okay, armor looks bad. Oh, wait a minute, there's production staff who hire cheaper armor. Oh, that looks bad. And you go, who's the main producer? Unfortunately, Alec Baldwin.
Oh, fuck, dude.
As of now, of what I've heard, Alec Baldwin has not been cleared of any charges. There is still a massive investigation. They also found that there were 3 live guns that they had. Spent casings were everywhere. So actual ammunition was shot. There was loose ammunition found in people's bags, just on the sets.
There was live ammunition getting stored with the fake ones as well.
Exactly.
And they'd go and shoot in the desert beforehand and then come back. And so the gun was being used. The prop gun that was supposed to be used was, well, allegedly, I don't know. This is what.
Yeah.
So, was getting fired before, and then was getgetting used later with that.
Which should make sense because if you've got the prop gun and you've been shooting and you don't discharge the weapon, you don't write because you usually. I believe an armorer would also write down when they shoot things, how much ammunition they've used, etc., in order to keep track of everything. So then, you don't end up with a bad record. You can use you can tell how much ammunition you've used.
You should be able to there should be a little box chamber or something you could be able to fire and then do a clear.
Because they have them in police stations. They have them in police stations where it's basically just you're right, a box chamber that basically they just insert your Glock into, and they as you're cleaning and emptying your Glock. You put it in there. You pull the trigger. You discharge the one that's in the chamber, and you keep pulling the trigger just to make sure that, hey, it's firing dry.
Yeah, because apparently it's something misfired or something, and one was still in the chamber, so they checked the barrel like an old gun, and there was no bullets there. But then when they loaded the other one, and then I don't know, it did something, then the bullet.
Well, apparently, from what investigators have found so far, there was actually a live ammunition loaded into the gun, even though it was a prop gun or a cold gun. But the gun that they used was an actual gun. It wasn't cold. It was not a blank firing. It was a actual gun with live ammunition. So whether or not the armorer, the production team handed them the wrong gun, either way, there's going to be massive amounts of investigation. There'll be a whole bunch of people that get in trouble.
And this will go on for years. This will go on for years, man.
It will go on for years.
And also, too, the biggest crime is, why is Alec Baldwin doing a Western anyway?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's a bit of an interesting one for him, eh?
Because, like, if it's Rust, if it was like the Rust based on the video game,
has he done any Western?
I don't know if he has.
He got like the old timey face.
Yeah, I don't really like Alec Baldwin, to be honest. As much as this is, dreadful, and you wouldn't wish it upon your worst enemy, it's not my favorite actor, eh?
No, definitely not. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks so much, dude. Like, you just can't. You can't wrap your head around that stuff. But you've got to. Who the fuck? I don't know, man. Maybe here's the thing. People get complacent in a job that they do all the time, right?
Yeah.
Everyone does. It's like, oh, you expect this to be there and you expect that to be there, whatever it is. If you have an armorer that basically is going through stuff like this, and if they're the last line of defense in regards to like whether a live round goes into a gun or not,
yeah,
fuck, man, that person should just be that person should be the person.
Well, the thing is, you do have an entire production crew. So, and if you have one armor or three armors and you have multiple weapons, and when you're on a production set, it's not a chill environment. It is very much you are constantly on the move for 16 to 18 hours a day. It's not like you can just stand around and go, oh, you need a live gun? Yeah, sweet, yeah, sure, we'll look at it and we'll play pretty, and you're out in the middle of the desert as well. So as soon as it's go time, it's go time. And if somebody grabs the wrong gun or somebody decides to usurp the armorer, decides to make their own judgment call, is when things can go wrong. Because apparently the Rust armorer, she said that gun shouldn't have had live ammunition in it. She has no idea how it got in there. But then there's also the investigations that say there's just live ammunition strewn everywhere. So for the moment, it looks like there's blame on about 10 different people.
Not to make light of the situation, but to say, I don't know why there's live ammunition there, but it just reminds me of that bloke that said, like, what are drugs? And you're clearly looking at him, his eyes are bulging out of his head. It's
what was his name? Count Vladimir or something like that? His name was something wild.
It's everyone's pointing their fingers at each other. Like this is a classic standoff situation where everyone's going, this person did it wrong. Like, dude, if you are a person, let's say, for example, let's take this into a different sort of situation. You go to a petrol station, yeah, and a petrol bowser blows up. Who's to blame? The operator at the time, or the person who did the last check? It's two people.
Well, that depends on what happens. So, like, that's the thing is that when an investigation happens, you grab every bit of information, and people have logs of things: what happened, how it happened. There's film about it. There's constant logs. Like on a film set, everything is recorded, everything is noted and put down. So if the armorer has all of their information, it'll be off them because it'll be somebody else who's fed a loaded gun to an actor.
Jesus Christ.
So if the armorers made their checks and they've written down everything and they can corroborate that to the rest of the investigation, they're off scot-free because it's not their mistake.
That's true.
But if they don't have appropriate logging and appropriate recall of information, if they haven't done their job, they'll get in trouble. As well as everybody else who's then, given the wrong weapon. If they've given it to somebody else and said, oh yeah, that's that. Or if they've just, randomly discharged weapons, the spent casings that are found on set. If they're just randomly discharging weapons out in the desert, that can get them in a lot of trouble as well.
So does that mean they're going to cancel this film?
I'd be surprised if they don't.
Right.
Well, it's a liability.
You've just lost your director of cinematography.
Here are my thoughts. If you go and finish this film, all profits should go to that family.
Yeah.
All profits. Like you're basically making the film for free, and everything should go to that person's those families, right? Oh man, it's rough. It's rough, man. That's really rough.
It's insane how it's happened as well, because it's very reminiscent of the Bliss and Esso situation as well.
What? What happened with those boys?
Oh, a couple of years ago. Do you not remember?
No, I literally was. I mean, you know my story. I went and hung out with them before they released their fucking Running on Air album. They showed it to me a week and a half before it actually came out, and had beers and what sort of shit, whatever.
Okay, yeah, flex. Yeah, sure.
What happened with them with the gun? They just showed you gun.
I think they were shooting something on the Gold Coast, and somebody had a blank loaded gun, which had a blank in it.
Yeah,
but they decided to shoot it right in front of someone.
Oh god!
At their chest, not remembering that a blank still has to discharge a huge amount of energy.
Yeah, exactly.
And they actually ended up killing someone on set.
What was that though? Was there was that the one where it was a really good stuntman that died?
It might have been that one, but all I remember was the armorer got off because the armorer did their job. They loaded a blank and they told them what to do. They went through safety breakdowns every morning, and before they shot, they said, "You don't do this, don't do that." And the actor, they were told plenty of times. They had records of their meetings and records of their guns and how to do everything, and they showed them how to do it. So it was actually the actor just got charged.
Jesus.
Whereas the armorer got off because he had all these things. He told them what to do, how to do it. He covered his bases, and it came point to where somebody was making mistakes.
Right. There you go.
Because how can you blame the director if he's just decided, I don't think they were filming.
Wow.
I don't believe they were filming. I think they were getting ready, or they were just hanging out, or it was in the middle. But they weren't filming at the time, I don't believe. Might be wrong, but I don't think they were filming. And I
think he could have just pretended to aim it at someone, and then it's gone off.
Yes.
Yeah, well, like, either way, they thought it was a prop, or whatever, and they went, look. Yeah, boom, and then accidentally pressed the trigger and went.
Oh no! But that's why you still have the armorer that's gone. I've checked everything. I did all my checks. There's nothing else I could have done. We've gone to a bit where we needed a gun like this. We went through all the safety instructions, and they still disobeyed.
Jesus.
That's why film is mental. Like there's a reason why films take so long to produce, and that's because there's so much preparation.
I guess if someone hasn't got a lot of experience on it, but it's just one of those things. It's like, oh, this is a prop knife, and then you go stabbing motion, and then you stab someone. You go, oh, actually, I've actually just stabbed him.
And that's why your armorer will go, don't pretend to stab people. You might actually stab them. It's a prop. Doesn't mean it's going to break.
I mean, a prop could be anything from a rubber knife to a bloody blunt knife, right?
Exactly. Which is why the armorer will come through and go, this is a blunt knife. You can still cause damage. If you stab at someone, you'll be taken off set.
Well, at least you're not going to have that problem on fucking set of Star Wars, are you? With lightsabers.
No, they're bits of plastic.
Unless you got a real laser and you go point at someone's eye.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It sucks, man. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, very, very intense.
Just a crazy situation for something that basically would just be happening on film sets everywhere.
Yeah. And that's why we do have things like armorers and unions and trying to, keep everything in line so we don't end up with situations like this where it's just dreadful.
Yeah. Crazy. The thing is, nothing's worth the shot. To get the, there's precautions they could have had, screens and stuff like that in case there was ever a chance of something like that happening.
Yeah, and that'll come down to the production crew.
There should not, it's hard to say there should not be live ammunition ever on the set.
That's what the armorer said, is they don't know how the live ammunition got in there.
There's been indications that they've been shooting all throughout the day,
exactly.
The day before, so it's not.
Well, whilst we're still in the early days of figuring out what's happening, it's kind of just wait and see, really.
That's true.
I guess it's a good statement to make because, really, yes, it's correct. Live ammo should not have been in there.
Yeah, we just got to wait at this point.
I can talk about waiting, not to steer this off course and fucking derail it or whatever it is.
I think we're pretty much covered that, eh?
Do you guys? I mean, look, we all play PC games here, right? We're PC dudes and stuff. I know, like Trent, we played fucking fuck ton of Switch. I picked my Switch up the other day and played that new Pokemon fucking MOBA thing.
I saw mine today, and I was like, "Oh, that's where it is."
I tried to go. We're potting around, and Miss like, "Oh, you want to go to go EB and see what you got?" And I was like, "Yeah." I walked in, I'm like, "Oh, boys, what's the situation on PS5s?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't know when you're gonna get them. you might just have to keep an ear to the ground when they come out. How the fuck you have this? I know there's international chip shortage or what's going on.
Yeah.
But
I just bought some CCs today. There's no shortage.
Oh, maybe not for you. You keep buying them all, you dog.
I got cheddar cheese and put extra cheese.
Yeah, wait a minute. Up northy, we're fucking short, mate. Are you hoarding all of our CCs?
Dog, you dog.
Fucking dog, dude. We on him. We found him, boys. We found him. Get him.
Stanley, on your shoulder, mate.
We've got like the PS5, obviously console, big thing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
How long is it going to be until it's ready and till it's readily available? And then is it going to be way too late? I feel like it's going to be way too fucking late because I was like looking at it and I'm like, oh yeah, Spider-Man's coming out and I'm like, I really want to play God of War. Would love to play it in 4K and blah blah blah, whatever.
Well, what drives consoles?
Games.
Exactly.
Yeah. What
games are there for a PS5 that you'd want to play?
God of War.
Oh, that's coming to PC anyway.
Oh, it is too. Boy, and I tweeted about that too. Fuck, I'm so dumb, man. I'm so dumb. Thank you, Jez.
What else can you play on a PS5 that's exclusive that you'd want to play?
That's true.
Let's look up now. I'm going to look up now PS5 exclusives.
Yeah.
Now, what drives a game?
Anti-jigsaw drawer thing that's PS5.
Oh, yeah. What was it? Hentai Babes photo shoot Fruit Girls.
What's that adventure game where I had the Crash Bandicoot?
Good question.
The adventure game with the Crash Bandicoot. Oh, you mean All Stars or whatever it is?
No. I think it's by Mad. Who's the production company that made Crash Bandicoot?
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog. That's it. I don't know why I was thinking Mad Dog.
Mad Cat Items. Yeah.
Yeah. Naughty Dog. What's their like? It's not Alan Wake. It's something like that. Where they've got like a male protagonist. It's like the male version of it's the chick with the guns with the
Lara Croft.
Lara Croft.
You mean Uncharted?
Uncharted. That's it.
There you go.
Yeah. Nathan Drake. Yeah.
There's a movie of that. There's a movie coming out.
Yeah, had the Spider-Man
in it. I didn't think that's
I found some PS5 exclusives. Demon Souls.
Yeah, I guess so.
You can get on PC.
Yeah, you can.
Destruction All Stars. I haven't even heard of it.
Demon Souls. That's what they should have named Little NASA's shoes.
Oh, dude, that'd have been so good. So LES. Oh man.
Yeah. You've got Death Stranding, which I don't think anybody's going to play nowadays.
Yeah.
Deathloop, which you can actually buy on PC.
See.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know. Probably Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, unless you want to play a JRPG about terrorists inside a city that collapses on itself, and then have some spiritual earth blow up and.
That Ghostwire did look good.
Yeah,
but you can also get Final Fantasy VII on like everything else.
There we go. So it's no longer an exclusive.
I mean, this is a remaster, but like the original story and blah blah.
Exactly.
Just watch it on YouTube. Like fuck.
You can play Spider-Man Miles Morales.
That's the one. Dude. After playing that first game, dude, I was 100% sold on this.
Yep. Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
That's about it, really.
What about
the New Horizon Forbidden West is coming out? I guess that might be a big pull.
It might be something.
I've never ever finished it. It's like the artwork on it. It's what's it? Sackboy.
Yeah, Sackboy's Adventures is coming.
If I'm gonna, that's my rapper name.
Is it
Sackboy? Mumble rapper.
So yeah, the PS5 does have a few. It has a few items, but to me, it's not enough to be considered something that's going to be huge.
Yeah,
there's a few items that if you really die hard for them, like you've got the Horizon series, God of War, Ratchet and Clank, Gran Turismo, Ghostwire, maybe Spider-Man.
Spider-Man will be definite, but I don't think it'd be enough to actually buy the console.
But the thing is like a lot of these games do get released later on other consoles.
Yeah, on the PC, man.
But
PC.
then you get things like you get the Nintendo stranglehold where they'll only ever release games when they want to.
That's true.
But that's how they also sell their consoles. You buy a Switch because you want to play Odyssey, which is a 10 out of 10. You want to play Breath of the Wild, which is a 10 out of 10. You want to play Mario Kart, which is a classic. And it continually reinvents the wheel perfectly.
Splatoon.
It was okay. It was okay. Yeah, it was a bit of fun, but it died out a bit too quick. There's not a lot to do, really.
Did they ever make a video game of The Mummy?
I
think they did. I think they did.
Wasn't it?
But like, the things that's going to drive a console is what can you do with it and what can you play on it.
True.
Sorry, I'm not much of a fanboy, but The Rock probably needs to bring out his own video game.
No, he just brought out a music video. Okay, calm down.
Come on, man, with small steps, bro. Small steps.
It's about power, it's about pain.
I just want to. Oh, David Goggins. I want to just be able to conquer me in a bitch. There's David Goggins. Just give me a running simulator. I don't want to do it in real life because I'm lazy.
Could you imagine like an app where you would be like a running app? Like I remember before there was an app called Zombies Run, where you would just you would run and you would hear zombies, and as you'd start slowing down your pace, you'd hear the zombies start coming from behind you, so you'd pick up your pace, and then you'd be like, oh, run X amount of whatever it is, and you'd run so you pick up the whatever drop it is, and then the idea was that like every time you went for a run, you're picking up supplies and you're being a runner, taking it from settlement to settlement. It was like a little meta game inside of the app, but you'd be doing running.
So imagine a Strand type game.
Yeah. Yep. A David Goggins.
So Strand before Strand.
Yes. Can you imagine a David Goggins app with him in your fucking ear, just talking?
Yeah, as soon as your heart rate lowers.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, you a bitch.
What are you thinking, MF? Effer?
Yeah, they did. Okay, so going back, mummy games. They made a ton of mummy games. The Mummy 2000, Mummy Tomb of the something, Mummy Demastered, Mummy Returns, Scorpion King. There's all the Game Boy Advance shit.
I was like, with like a lot of games that are coming out now, I was actually going to go back and play some of the old Harry Potters to see.
Bro, there was that one on Xbox 360.
I haven't finished many games.
No, and I don't play single player games.
Yeah.
Yep, blasphemy, whatever. I'd rather play with friends and hang out and do the thing. I forgot what it was called. There was one basically where you were just running around Hogwarts.
Damn, it sounds very
Goblet of Fire. Where you were running around Hogwarts, and it's basically what Hogwarts Legacy kind of is sort of based on.
Mm-hmm.
But for fuck's sake, come on guys, give us a fucking MMO, man. Give us a Harry Potter MMO.
I think they did once upon a time.
They did one, but it was text based.
Yeah, but you gotta remember that's a very, very particular audience. So they can make it, but you're gonna end up with a very, very small player base for a very, very particular kind of person. That's why you don't see a lot of branded MMOs that are based around pre-existing property.
That's true.
Do you reckon if they brought like an MMO out and you use one of the forbidden curses, you get banned?
I mean,
Insta-ban.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you, I'll set the whole fucking thing up. If someone ever listens to this and fucking goes, I'm looking for an idea for Harry Potter game, you basically start as an aura. Or actually, no, what you do is you go through Hogwarts, you do your thing. That's your leveling experience. You go to the classes, you learn the spells, you learn this, you learn that. That's how you build up what type of wizard you're going to be. You're going to be offensive wizard, defensive wizard, a fucking protective wizard. And then once you're done, you go and you be an aura. Obviously, in that universe, that means that you're just a wizard that's out there that's hunting bad wizards. Then you have cases that pop up. Hey, there's a case of this. If anyone's ever played Secret World, it would be a very similar thing where you could have this case pops up and it's just got like this long storyline where you end up fighting all the way to the end and you get to a dungeon and you fight them and then you get some loot off them or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like that could very well be a thing. And I think there's enough Harry Potter fans all in that universe that it could be a thing and take off. I mean, look at when they did Pokemon Go but Harry Potter style. That took off for a hot fucking minute till everyone realized it was hot trash and then it died.
Someone should just make a mod for Bully, the video game.
Oh my god! Please. Can you imagine Bully in the Unreal Engine? Bro,
definitely.
Yeah, there's always that idea, but then you look at it and there's a reason why it's a product of its time, because you change the style of how it looks, it just doesn't match. It feels off.
What about, did anyone play Redneck Rampage?
Yes.
No.
I don't know why.
But I have seen it.
Yeah. I don't know why. I was looking at Bully, there was like an old screenshot of an old game. I'm like, it reminds me of the old like footage from that.
Because the thing is, like, things will look good, but then, you got to remember, it looks cool, but a lot of time when things look cool, they never play well.
They never play well. Yeah,
because there's a reason why it looked so rigid. It's because if you look at all Rockstar games, they look pretty rigid. So you almost just take Bully 2, then put it in GTA 5. and put it in that engine, and you'd almost have the exact same thing. And then
Yeah,
you
you
still
would.
have the functionality of a Rockstar game rather than being restricted by Unreal.
True.
Like, so with New World and stuff, because that's kind of more of a New World, like a relevant game.
Mm.
Do you reckon with the factions and stuff they could have done? Because I'm thinking, like, I would have liked to do like an MMO for like Lord of the Rings, which there already is.
I was going to say, it's been done yet?
Yep.
Yeah, but like, not how I want it.
Yeah.
How do you want it?
Yeah.
Pitch it to me. We're going to sell
But I'm just like-
Elevator pitch. Elevator
But, like,
pitch.
Yeah, elevator pitch. Let's go.
Just so, like, in New World, like, you got the free factions, but then, like, so if you chose to be an elf, you get to live and exist and do all elf world stuff, but if you wanted to be a dwarf, you kind of live that lifestyle, but then it exists in that space, and so I guess it already has been done, but
Everything's like locked off like that. That would work until you realize that everyone wants to play fucking one very specific class.
Yeah.
I don't think many people want to play the dwarf stuff,
Yeah.
maybe. But it would be interesting in the way that you could have you guys play dwarves. Well, you guys can only do blacksmithing. That's it.
Mm.
You're just a fucking blacksmith. If you're elves, you can only do like the higher arcana sort of stuff.
you can.
But that becomes that everybody wants to do the fun stuff. Nobody wants to do the unfun stuff.
That's true. You got to open it up.
There's a reason why with MMOs you can do everything.
Yeah.
Or you skill into something, because if you lock yourself into something at the beginning, you'll waste a whole bunch of time trying to play through a game you're not enjoying.
There's different fun stuff, I guess you could make, but yeah, people go like, well, other stuff's more fun.
That's where I think New World's actually managed to hit the mark between World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14.
With a sprinkle of RuneScape over the top.
Yeah, where, you've got skilling and you can do anything, and it means you're making progress, and they kind of intermingle between each other.
That is true. That is true. It always feels like your efforts aren't wasted. Though, to be fair, I haven't played it in a hot minute, but what really got to me was I would spend an hour trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then once I started getting onto that train and doing what I wanted to do, it was like, ooh, shiny piece of candy. I'm going to go do this. And then 3 hours go past and like, well, what have I achieved? I haven't done anything. I haven't sorted anything. I think that's just more, it speaks more to me than it speaks more. After playing a shit ton of fucking theme park MMOs where it's basically just like, go here, do the quests, then move on to the next area, then do the quest, then the next area, then do the quest. Because it is so open, it basically, yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Seeing as I've played it probably about as much as Jez.
Yeah.
Let's see, how many hours ago? Somewhere in the 100 and something. Probably closer. Yeah, 141, right? When you play it, you kind of just got to go, all right, all of this stuff's here. I'm just going to try everything and work my way through it. Like I did all the side quests in the beginning. You guys like, oh, don't do the side don't do the side quests. They're not enough experience. I'm like, oh, give it a go. I'll see how it is. Never know. And it turns out all the side quests actually get you into the other dungeons. They give you some pretty fun things you can do. It gives you a little bit of lore as well, and it takes you across and you fight different enemies, and you'll fight the big bosses and get better loot and stuff like that. But it is pretty tedious, so it does cater towards some pretty particular people. But there's enough there to keep you interested until you start to get towards the higher ranks, and then I think it kind of teeters off, because I feel like they're going to have to push some new content in soon, because there's so many level 60s running around.
And that's always the hard part of an MMO is like when you hit end game, now what? Now what? And then I think the whole thing of having like areas and your faction fighting for areas and all that sort of stuff is a really cool idea, because it's sort of what keeps it alive. But everyone's going to retreat back to those starter cities, because they're the ones that you have to defend. You have to defend those, because everyone's put a lot of time and energy into building those up and making those whatever they are.
Well, our servers actually had quite a bit of back and forth.
Oh, nice.
There's a lot more purple now, but there's been a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, it's funny. I'd create another character in another friend group's server, and it's like totally opposite. And now I'm like green, and then green's dominating. But then I'm like on the other one, I'm purple, and then we've got the other areas, and that it's just hard to get out of the mindset of who conflicting with my identity.
Yeah, the fucking green, green scum. Green scum.
Yeah. No, I am scum.
But you're green, aren't you?
Yeah. Now I'm just some sort of muddy color brown. It's like green and purple mixed together. I don't know what I am.
Like when you get all the fucking clay and you make the colored clay mixed together, and it's just this fucking grey clump of whatever. Hey, the we've had a lot of us discussed this in depth, but we've got Call of Duty coming out soon, but Battlefield coming out soon. But the one big one that I'm absolutely fucking just like chomping at the bit for that I never really got to play last time around was fucking Halo. Halo, man.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd fucking be here going Halo. I'm like, exactly. I'd be like, what the? I'm like, have you guys seen all the bits and bobs and stuff around that? Do you think it's worthwhile? I mean, have you guys played Halo? Like, that's a question.
I used to play Halo in high school.
Okay.
We'd have Halo comps for Combat Evolved, and we'd win every year.
Nice.
So I've played a lot. I played a lot of everything up till about Reach. So in the release, I've played 1, 2, 3 ODST, 4, and Reach.
I stopped playing it when they removed split screen.
How long ago was
5.
They fucking ruined my friendship. I used to have mates come around all the time and that's what we do. We just get everyone in, do 4-player split screen, and then I'd play it more often, and I had more experience with shooters, and I just know all the spots in the map, and I'd assassinate everyone, and then they'd run around, and then always had one mate. Oh, I'm not looking at your screen. No, and you can clearly tell when you're running behind him. You're like, I'm gonna shotgun him in the back, and then he just does a 360.
Just whips around.
Oh yeah,
there's an enemy here.
Oh,
and he's like side eyeing you as well. It's like, did you see that? Do you see that?
that was the days.
Yeah.
And then it got to a stage. It's like maybe we need to get a cardboard so we can't look at anything.
Yeah, get the cardboard top on them.
I remember that. Getting out the big fucking length of cardboard, and then you had to sit super close to the fucking screen.
Yeah.
And then to almost like you're like getting blinkered by the fucking cardboard, and then you'd see the shoulder like slip back. You're like, fucking stop it, cunt, you elbow him. It's like, stop looking at my screen, fuck you. Oh my god, I remember that. I miss those days. I miss those fucking days.
It's definitely. It seems it's funny. I know we're probably not going around people's houses that often, especially during COVID.
No.
We weren't. But nowadays we've got big ass screens, which are pretty much fucking 4 screens that we used to have all together, and we still and then split screens seem to gone away. I'm like, now's the time to actually have a split screen, because it's like you've got a screen for everyone to look at.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
true.
the thing, is accessibility as well. It's drastically increased. Like back then, having big screens was an issue. Trying to get a console was a big investment. It was a lot of time and a lot of money. But nowadays, because there's so much of it, it's not difficult to have one per person. Because it used to be you go over to hang out, like you'd be able to sleep over with your mates back when you were like 15, 16. You'd stay up all night playing.
People probably have fucking six TVs in their house anyway.
Exactly.
You could probably have it set up in each room.
We've got like 2 here, man. Like, yeah I get you. Yeah,
like the accessibility for playing games with friends has drastically increased, and online interactivity is a lot easier than what it used to be.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you the one thing that the first place that took the hit was the fucking LAN party, bro.
Exactly.
Back in the day, you go to the fucking LAN party, and like when we chat to Dragon, I'll fucking tell you, but like that used to be our social thing. Our social thing would be like,
exactly.
It was when ADSL 2 was out, speeds were okay, whatever. You could play at home. We'd all play at home anyway during the week, but then it always like we'd play at home, and then once a fortnight there'd be 2 separate LANs that would run, so they would run monthly, but it would just happen to be every second weekend. And it would just be like you play with the boys during the week, and then on the week, and then every fortnight on the weekend, you would go take your PC, go to a LAN party, and half the time you wouldn't even fucking play games. You just sit around and sink piss and just have a chat, and your PCs would be set up in the corner, and then it'd be like, oh, I guess we should probably play this. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool, let's play some games. And you play all games for like all of maybe 3 hours, but you're spending like 2 days at this venue. And it's more about the social side of stuff. Whereas like, I think that's one of the big issues that these days that a lot of, not a lot of kids, oh my god, boomer, but like what is missing is the fact that like you go to those LAN parties, man, people would talk shit. I'm talking like old school fucking banter, just like, and it was accepted because everyone knew. Everyone knew that's like, oh fuck, let's just start stacking shit on each other. Yeah, no, you're shit. Oh, I'm shit. Watch this, and you just pull some dumb shit. And everyone's like, oh my god, oh, blah, blah, and be all this back and forth. Whereas now it's like you start talking shit online, and everyone retreats to their corners and goes, and just freaks the fuck out. Like it takes that. Like video games were born out of banter. Banter was born out of video games. Sorry, like it's all gone.
But it's nothing better though. Like when you're sitting next to someone, you can see them, then you beat them. They're bloody ready, gonna crush the controller in half with their hands because they're just like, no, I cannot do whatever. And then they're pressing it harder, and the button's probably not working because they've they're actually that angry they haven't lifted their finger off the button, and so it's just held in so that it's not picked back up, and they're jumping up and down or whatever. You know when you get a bit angry, your muscles start tensing up, and so you.
Well, yeah, that all comes down to the times. Like, we're moving forward to a point where gaming is a lot easier to be social from a distance.
That's true.
We don't have to be directly next to each other to have low latency games. With each console is so overpowered that playing games is super easy for them, and online interactivity is nearly seamless.
Yeah,
and you're able to talk to each other a lot easier. Whereas back then, it used to be Skype groups and stuff like that. Whereas now it's you got a Discord channel you can jump in and out of, a TeamSpeak channel you can jump in and out of. A lot of games even have VoIP included.
Yeah,
you don't even need to be in each other. It's all included for interactivity.
It's a weird thing though. It's like, oh well, it's not worth companies doing it and creating a split screen experience because people are just playing online. But on the other side, there's games that are exclusively to be played at home on your phone, like Jackbox. It's like, hold on, you're gonna play it over the screen. Yes, you can play it on the internet, but it's a game that's like supposed to be about having actual people there and you're playing.
I guess that's sort of negated now with like like how we send Discord and cast your screen, right? Because that is low latency, is fairly low latency.
Yeah.
Like I guess, or you just fire up like or whatever. But like I guess that kind of negates it. I guess in a way. But like like and the big thing was like we all saw the start of the whole like you would see less and less people that would show up to these lands, and you'd go holy fucking shit, and eventually you come to the realization yourself, it's like I could sit in a room with some people, I could just sit home with my jocks, and then when I want to go to sleep I just go and sleep in my own bed. I'm not sleeping under a desk.
Exactly, the creature comforts.
Yes, absolutely.
But the thing is that like you think of it, it's like, oh, we miss the time of lands, and you go, well, now you have the comfort and the instant communication. There's no longer organizing, and games are easier to play. You can all be at home, you can all have your own hardware, you don't have to move it, you still talk to each other exactly. You can put on a camera and still have a chat, have some banter, play some games, and it's instantaneous.
So I guess it's like fashion. It'll all come back around. So this time you actually won't be sitting next to your friend. You'll be sitting in a virtual world playing on split screen, watching it over the internet.
And then there'll be some new hype of somebody else going, oh, what if we like all got together and we all played in the same room?
Because then what you're going to end up having, you won't have real friends. You'll have friends that are generated by Facebook that have monitored your profile.
Not Facebook anymore, Meta.
No. Isn't it Metaverse is all of the applications?
Yeah, the Metaverse, but we're on Meta. Come on.
Oh, okay.
That's Get it right, guys. Come on. Come on.
Sorry, Dad. I'm keeping it cool for the boomers. Meta, what's that? Metal Musil.
What's this Meta business?
In the morning.
Fucking dead, dude.
Anyway, so erectile dysfunction is a condition that likely affects a third of men, and half of those are men younger than 60. ED is defined by the inability to get or maintain erection of sufficient strength and duration for sexual intercourse.
Well, Jez, I don't have it, and you don't have it, and if it's 1 in 3...
I'm not saying anything, boys. I'm not saying shit.
Well, don't worry. We found out a little hack from another friend in the Discord.
Yeah.
He's saying like when you burn your finger, it goes rock hard on a candle.
Go on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happens?
So you pour hot wax on it, give it some time, it goes rock hard.
You're a menace.
Oh my god.
What is the rules about reading adverts for companies that aren't sponsored?
Probably don't.
I don't know. It depends. What is it?
That was the last one I had. I was actually going to read the about Sara Lee cakes.
Oh man, Sara Lee cakes are a fucking institution, man. Holy shit. They're gonna be long around after we're all long gone, that's for sure.
Yeah. They used to have like how they have factory like warehouses for Nike and other companies and that?
Yeah.
There used to be like one for Sara Lee, and I remember going there as a kid. That's probably one. It's a bit of a chubby kid. And then you'd get like the chocolate cake, but it'd be like the size of a family lasagna you'd get from Woolies.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's good.
Where the fuck has I was thinking, sorry, not take it in too different of a direction. Where is like the way that like everyone interacts these days, right? I'm like, we, the three of us, and we've all got friends. We all keep in touch via like Facebook or Discord or Messenger, or just Facebook, but something that's very like handsy off, or messages or that sort of stuff, whatever it is. Do you really think there's going to be a time? I mean, and shit, we're probably living in it right now, right? Like in reality, is there going to be a time where you're going to know someone from birth to death and not even be able to like say, hey, what's going on? Like in person to their face.
Never seen them before. Never met them.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
Quite possible?
It's quite possible, yeah. But yeah, that's just the evolution of communication, really.
Yeah, true.
Back when, you wouldn't even know somebody across the globe, and now you can instantly talk to them as if they're right there next to you.
It's pretty much will be inevitable if we're traveling to Mars, because there'll be people left here.
That is true.
And people gone to Mars.
If you boys got offered a chance to go to Mars, would you go?
No.
Yes? Probably yes. It's Red Planet, dude. Going back to...
I've seen the adverts. There's like a moon and a pool and the Veronica's. Is that what it was? The Mars ad?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure they were in the Mars ad. What did that? Now I did a Google and it's come up Veronica Mars, the TV show. But there was a Mars TV ad with a pool.
Like as in Mars, the Mars bar?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But did Mars have like a character? I'm pretty sure at one stage they had a mascot.
Yeah, it was the Mars bar, wasn't it? It was like a talking Mars bar.
No, I don't know. I mean, Mars bar mascot.
Was it a polar bear?
Well, I thought there was like some sort of polar bear. There is some video with there's like actually looks pretty cool, like a 90s polar bear. Keep it cool.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that roughly. It was like all in the fridge and shit.
Yeah. They stole the Bundaberg rum bear, but he just put glasses on there.
Yeah.
Mars bear.
Oh yeah, they're all like snowboarding and shit in the fridge.
Now I've got bloody bears on Mars. I'm bloody...
Mate, you've gone down some sort of rabbit hole there, eh?
Yeah, man, I'm Alice in Wonderland. I'm jumping straight deep down.
Follow that rabbit, mate.
Next minute, there's going to be a bear eating a Mars bar on Mars. Listen to the Veronicas that they sent out to space. Throw a tape disc out there.
Mate.
That would be pretty scary, though, if that was like did the first contact that we got back was bears in space.
See some grizzly just walking around?
Yeah, imagine that. Like, they flew onto space, went to Mars, and it was just grizzly bears on the moon.
And now we're going crossing the first live feed from Mars. And there's just this bear hunched over dropping a massive shit. A massive turd. And you just hear it.
It's coming right for us. Would people get that now if you said that? Like, I guess if they'd watch South Park, but
I guess I would, yeah.
I remember that was like, I thought it was the coolest thing, getting a South Park poster. In year like year 6, it had all the characters on there.
Dude, I remember having a shirt. It was like Kenny and he's getting eaten by fucking mice and shit. And I wore that shirt till there's fucking holes in it, man. Holy shit, that show's been around forever. Hey, have you guys seen that documentary that they did, like 6 Days to Air or whatever it is? They basically finish the show like finish editing and putting it together like 15 minutes before it goes to air. That's why when they always go new South Park, they never really show any new material because they're actually making it.
Because they couldn't. Yeah, no, I do remember that because they'd make it within the week. The day before or the day of, they'd be getting ready to put it out.
And I guess that's what keeps it relevant, right?
Well, that's how they can always act on. That's how they can act quite quickly.
What's happening? Yeah, and everyone goes, "Oh, that's funny because that just happened." It's like, yeah, because they literally just finished.
Because they literally just made it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, just quickly wrapping it back around. What are you calling this fucking? What do we call the podcast, mate?
Oh, mate. Don't know. I got a couple of good ideas there, eh?
Go on, man.
A cure for erectile dysfunction.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Fucking hell. It's hard. It's really, really hard. Really, really hard to try and name something or whatever it is.
Is that trying to stick with erectile dysfunction? It's really, really hard.
Hey.
A
bit of stiff joke on it. You could literally fucking call it anything. Call it anything. Like I was doing the lawn before. I'm like, you probably call it fucking whatever.
Say doing my lawn before.
Yeah, I was doing my lawn. How doing the lawn? Make sure you mow your lawn if it gets long, bro. I found 3 funnel webs and 2 fucking cane toads in the long grass. I said let them grow long and fucking burn them. Backburn them.
Just backburn your lawn.
Yeah, backburn your lawn.
That'll end well, for sure.
Random name generator. Here we go.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
You gotta look through some of them earlier. Eh?
Well, I gotta look up this. I don't want real names.
I just looked up funny podcast names.
All right, the podcast is named Terry Riley or Wilson Nelson or Glenn Bennett, Maddie Murray. What the hell? These are worse names. Who's naming their kids these things?
Who goes to a random name generator for their child?
Especially the surname.
God. Yeah, that's right.
They don't remember their own person. We'll just give them a random
We'll
surname.
just give them a random name. Off into the world. There you go. Have fun.
Oh, this name style: common, average, and rare.
I got one here. Friends Academy.
I'm gonna get some of these random names. Just write them on random notes. Once they call me, and just if anyone calls people, and just
with no number on there. I gotta look you up.
Is this Lena Whalen? I've just found this. You've got a golf buggy for sale.
God, dude.
I know this is off tangent, but I was maybe that's what it could be called, off tangent.
Yeah, off tangent. Off tangent, not bad.
Off tangent. Yeah.
Me mate created this is when Facebook Market just come out.
Mm.
And the prank you used to do is you go put on there and just put in like Rottweiler puppies 12 for sale. Call this mobile number, and you put your mate's mobile number.
Mate.
And then they'd get phone calls all day. Hey mate, you still selling those Rottweiler puppies or giving them away for free? No, I didn't put that post up. I think nowadays you probably get in trouble for it.
Yeah, you're getting into trouble, eh?
Yeah, dude. Hey, off tangents as well with me.
Off tangents is great.
Tangents, yeah, because literally it's just whatever. We just sit down and fucking just blast some shit out. That'd be great.
Hey.
You doing that? Is that what it is?
Off tangent, yeah.
There it is. Off tangent.
Damn. Well.
Holy shit.
Thanks again for having a listen.
Oh man.
The off tangent.
The off tangent. I guess we don't really even have to introduce ourselves at the start. We just started, blast it, and we're done. We're sort of like, oh yeah, what's up?
Someone could be off, someone could be tan, and I'll be Jen.
This isn't like esotericism, bro. Oh, dude. Oh, that's it.
I'm trying to look it up in Name Checker.
Yeah, no, off tangent's taken. I'm ready there, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
Offtangent.net is available.
Maybe we put off tangents and make it a gender.
No. No.
Was that sexist?
I don't know.
Because we might have females on. So
yeah, we can call it. Hey, what's going on, Jen?
Is it inappropriate off tangent outsource? But it's free. But I might save that for personal things.
click, bye.
That's something to work with.
Yeah, something to work with. We can roll that. Off tangents is all available except for Twitter.
Oh yeah, it's with an S.
Yeah, off tangents.
Yeah, off tangents is actually pretty good.
Because then it's kind of like double of like, hey, with gents that are off tangent, but then also
we go off on tangents.
I'm definitely off tan. I bloody can't go out the sun. I'm definitely
like a vampire, mate. As soon as that one little ray of light hits your skin, you're done.
Makes sense. I'm just trying to look up if that even makes sense with the word as a word.
What's that?
Tangent.
Yeah, tangent's a word. Tangent is 100% a word, dude.
Yeah, tangent means a straight line.
Tangent is a meeting a curve or surface in a single point. If sufficiently small interval is considered straight line, tangent to the curve.
And then it even gives us a little Mickey logo with a little curve.
Ooh.
Pipe small, minimal gel.
Oh, what do you reckon we wrap this up?
We wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
This is originally supposed to be an hour, and we've gone 2 hours.
We can
shove this down, eh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right, gentlemen. You guys have a great week. We'll catch up with you soon, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Enjoy.
Why don't we could just keep that. Right. See ya.
Classic.
Classic.